Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video we are going to read Hyunjin from Stray Kids book recommendation. So this man right here. I was not expecting the 17 video to blow up. Like a lot of people commented and watched it, and it was really fun, and I will be reading other books by 17 members that they have recommended. But to be fair, my favorite K-pop group that I stan is actually Stray Kids, and it's very recent. So I have found on the internet recommendation by Hyunjin, so I will try to put on the screen. I did screen record some of the tweets that I have seen with book recommendation. He actually recommended a lot of books. I decided that I was gonna read 4 books in this video. They are pretty short, and 3 of them are on Everend, so I will be listening to them, and another one unfortunately is really hard to find, so I will be reading on my iPad. But yes, so the 4 books that I have chosen are No Longer Human by Dazai. So yeah, by a man. It is a Japanese book. Then we have 2 novellas by Claire Keegan, who is a female Irish author. The first novella is Foster. The second one is Small Things Like These. Actually, Hyunjin recommended 2 weeks ago or 1 month ago, I cannot remember. He recommended them on Fans, and I have access to that, so I did also screen record, but the translation of the message were not good. I saw that on Twitter after that. And the last book is going to be To the Warm Horizon. Again, I will put everything around here so you can see. It's the book that was the hardest to find, but is the one that I'm most excited to read, actually. And it is by a Korean female author, so I'm really excited for those books. He recommended a lot of books, so I was planning on making other videos with his book recommendation. I have already bought 2 books that he has recommended for the next video, so stay tuned for that. I started really listening to them in September last year, so it's so recent, but at the end of the year on my Apple wrap-up, they were the first artist that I listened to. It was so crazy. 8 was the first album that I listened to, and the first song was I Like It. Even though my favorite song is Twilight, it was the second one. But yeah, I started listening to them around that comeback a few months after, and I just became obsessed. It was so fun. My wife, she's not my wife, but my wife who introduced me to 17 here, she was stanning Stray Kids years ago. She was unboxing albums with me, but I never took any interest. And then she switched to 17, and when I got into 17, with free will, I got into Stray Kids on my own. And you know, as usual, you start learning names, you start listening to songs, you start watching the videos, the music videos. It was a journey, and they announced a world tour, and they are coming to Paris, so I did book tickets to see them after 1 or 2 months of listening to their music. But honestly, at this point, I'm not regretting at all. And as we are going to Korea next month with my wife, I will be buying more albums. Just realized I didn't do a transition. So yeah, you will see, of course, the reading vlog. I will try not to spoil anything. There will be some trigger warnings at some points, so check for that. And I will put some information about Hyunjin pose probably because I don't want this video to be too long. Thank you, bye! So I just finished No Longer Human. It's funny because I have this on my desk. So my co-worker is the one seeing Hyunjin every day, but it's his month apparently. No Longer Human. So I looked back. I was like, okay, did Hyunjin say, oh, it's such a good book, or did he just mention it? And from the thread that I've seen, he just mentioned that he had finished it. He didn't say if he liked it or not, which I'm very intrigued, because this book was so not awful, but the main character is absolutely awful. And when you know that the author, it's also his way of thinking, but it was awful. Because the main character is so misogynistic, is such a misogynist. Like, he says terrible things about women, to the point where I'm like, dude, just date men at this point instead of hurting women. But at some point he talks to a guy and he's like, well, I'm not hurting women. I mean, I'm not raping them and I'm not taking their money. So, and it reminded me of like the new Netflix show Adolescence with the, I haven't watched it, but this clip is coming back all the time of like, I didn't touch her. And it's kind of the same, you know, even though it was written like years ago. It's the same. I'm not hurting women. I'm not raping them. I'm not sexually abusing them. And I'm not like a bad person, even though he hates them. So in a way, he is abusing them. And it's just awful because it really digs into the idea of like, women are so bad for you. He says things about women that are absolutely awful. Like, yeah, I don't understand them. Okay, no problem. But he says like they're stupid and they don't understand their own emotion and they shouldn't have like their own ideas. And it's just crazy. Like, just to listen to it, I'm just, how could you put that into words? So the Japanese name is Ningen Shikaku, and it's translated literally by disqualified as a human being. And it's so funny because throughout the book, everything that he is human, and that kind of is the problem. He's too human, if you know what I mean. Like, he doesn't really listens to, I don't know how to explain, like, human is about emotions, and in that book he has a lot of emotion. Whereas if you look at Almond, another book that Hyunjin recommended that I have listened to, it's about not feeling at all. So this book was interesting. I don't know how I feel. I think I hated it. I'm gonna be honest. It's just, there's so much hate and misogyny already, and I'm scared that people would read this book and think, oh, I'm thinking just like that guy, I'm not the only one, and start hating a woman for absolutely no reason. But it was interesting. At the beginning, like, you understand, because he was abused as a child for a long time, and that doesn't mean that, of course, it's a good it's not a good explanation for what he does. Like, I'm not forgiving him, but it does explain the way he is, because of course of the trauma and abuse that he has suffered through. This was a ride, like an actual ride, and it was only 3 hours. So yeah, bye. I was waiting for my colleagues to go on a break, and maybe I'm gonna stop this video because they're gonna come back, but I just finished Foster by Claire Keegan. It was really interesting to listen to. It is with Irish slang, not slang, but like, you know, the specific terms that, of course, I didn't know all of them, but it's still easy to read and listen to. I don't know how I feel. I really enjoyed it, but I was suspicious all of the time because, so it's about this girl, her parents are giving her to a foster family for like a summer because her mom, they don't have enough money to like feed all of the kids and stuff. And you know, when you read story about foster family, usually the foster family are absolutely awful, terrible, and I don't know, I was scared that something was going to happen to her. Like the mom was really nice, and the dad as well, but I could not trust him. At some point he tell her to come someplace and she's like, I was scared something was going to happen, and I don't know if it's because something happened with her real family, if she was abused, and so I could not trust him. And then as the story unfolded, I was like, maybe he's just a good dad, a good person. It was really cute, about family, about how blood doesn't really mean anything. Like, you kind of choose your own family and you have to go with people who respect you. And it was really cute, a lot of growth from the main character. And what is fun is that you don't have all of the names, you don't, you know, it's from her perspective, and it's cute to see how she sees the world. But yeah, I really loved it. It was really quick. It's only like 1 hour and 30 minutes of listening, so I just did that this morning. And Hyunjin also recommended a second book by this author, which is a second novella, Small Things in the World, something like that. So I think this afternoon or maybe this morning I'm gonna listen to that, because I really love the way it's written. This one was like very soft, but yeah, I loved it. So at this point we are 50-50 of trusting Hyunjin, because the first book was a nightmare, this one is good. And then I really want to read To the Warm Horizon, I think is the name. I'm really intrigued about this one. So yeah, I think this is going to be the 4 books I'm going to read. So 2 are down. We still have one novella by Claire Keegan and then another novella. Bye! Hey, I forgot to give you an update. I finished yesterday listening to Small Things by Claire Keegan. I think it's not the entire name. Let me check. It was really good. I think the thing that is missing for both of those novella by Claire Keegan is the time, because it goes by really fast. The name is Small Things Like These. It's really interesting. It's very important in terms of feminism and also like actually taking a step, a stand. I think a lot of people see awful things happening and just don't bother to change anything. So yeah, I really enjoyed both of the novellas by Claire Keegan. I think the writing is really good. The themes are really interesting and make you think. The only thing is, because it's so quick, I feel like I don't know the characters that much, and I know it's part of like the way it's written, of course, but I wanted to learn more. It was through the point of view of a man, and also like he has girls and his mother was a young girl who was having a baby out of wedlock. So yeah, I think it was really interesting. I really loved it. But yeah, I'm excited. This is the last book, and then I will have read the book recommended by Hyunjin. I think those new book by Claire Keegan, I trust him. You know, like the trust has been back. You know, I trust him. But the first book, No Longer Human, I'm like, I still don't understand. I want to talk to him and see what he thought, because he read it. He never said that he liked it or not. He never really recommended. He just said he read it. So I'm interested. He really recommended Claire Keegan in terms of like saying he really enjoyed it and that he read another right after. So yeah, it was fun. I also did not film when I was reading because it was just 1 hour of audiobook. So yeah, bye. Just wanted to show, because I personalized my water bottle. So Hyunjin is here. I think it was fit for this week. Just a quick update. So I'm continuing to the Warm Horizon. I keep highlighting stuff because it's just so good, and I really liked those sentences. So it's at the beginning. So, if I reached the end of the world, could I avoid death? Is it really up to us to leave or stay? Where could I go to find hope? I just finished To the Warm Horizon and I have a lot of things to say. I'm so sorry. I know this video is already so long and I haven't filmed the outro, but I did make a note for after I was like 50% and I just binged everything this morning because like I said, I woke up really early. It was like I did highlight so many sentences, and I think that when we go to Korea next month with my wife, I will try to find the book in Korean because like it was amazing, and I know I cannot read it and I will buy it also in English, but I think I want to buy books in the native language for each country that I go to. And for Japan last year, I took Before the Coffee Gets Cold, so it would make sense that I buy a Korean book in Korea. So yeah, let's get back to the story because it's going to be too long if I speak. First of all, at some point they talk about gay marriage, and I thought in Korea, because I don't know why, but I thought gay marriage was legal, and it's not. And I live in France. Gay marriage has been like allowed for years now, to the point where I don't remember life before it. I do remember when the president started talking about it. I could not vote. Of course, I know what I would have voted. I remember the hate and the people going in the street and telling that it was wrong. But now it just feels natural. But I don't know, I thought, I feel stupid now believing that they had gay marriage. And I hope in a few years it will be available, because I could not like imagine loving someone and not being able to marry them. But okay. Then again, something that I don't know, the book seems to forget about. So again, check trigger warnings. I will be talking about sexual assault now, so if you don't want to look at that, I will put like the when you need to go. But yeah, at some point, so there's a lot of rape in this book, and I do understand that if something were to happen, like chaos and things, that woman would be victim for sure. But there's one point where one of the characters talks about having sex with her husband, and it's just marital rape. Like, I don't know, they gloss over it, like, oh yeah, when we have sex, I don't really want to have it, and he does, like, he just have sex with my corpse, kind of, you know? And it is rape, and I know it's her husband, but it's still rape. And the fact that at the end she still want to be with him and want to like find him and like call it love, it's not love. I'm sorry, but it's not love. So yeah, but I've watched a Korean drama last week with my wife again, and stuff happened in the drama that for me is rape, but apparently is okay in Korea, and I'm like, it's not. So yeah, I don't know if this part was meant as like a warning, or if it just was like, oh, this is life for married women. But yeah, there was a lot of talk with survival guilt, like why did I survive when other died? And I think it was really interesting. There was a sentence where, so the one of the characters was like, if I think about why I survived, that would give an explanation for why other people died, the people he loved. And I think it was really beautiful. Like, yeah, if you give an explanation to why you survived, you'd have to give an explanation why other died, and it's not fair. And then there's so much I want to talk about, but it's already 6 minutes. It's a nightmare. Anyway, the novella was amazing, so well written. It's very hard to read because there's a lot of awful things happening, of course, but there's still hope and love, and I think that's like the most important thing. It's a discussion around love and what love is, and about humanity, what are we as human. And I think, I hope, I try to believe that if something like this, a pandemic or like something like that would happen, I would not hurt people. But we don't know, and I don't know where I would go for the people that I love. I know for sure that I would go to the end of the world for the people that I love, no question asked. But I do think that for me, it's not worth surviving if I'm not human anymore. Like, if I kill people, and if I hurt people, and if I steal, and if I do very bad things, then I don't think I would want to live with that. I don't know if that makes sense. I know that a lot of people have this very strong survival instinct, and I don't think I have that much, especially when you have had depression and you were thinking, you know, that life was not really good. So yeah, I think it's easy for me to say, oh yeah, I'd rather die. But I don't think I would want to survive if I was not me anymore, if I was not human anymore, even for love. So yeah, it was really interesting. I think I am going to recommend this book to everyone, honestly. Hi, this is the end of the video, and I'm gonna try to speak quickly because it's already so long. So I've read 4 books recommended by Hyunjin from Stray Kids, and I will be doing this again. I think we can trust him. I did not like No Longer Human by Dazai. I think it's still an interesting book. I just don't think that it's something that, compared to the other reading that I've done, this book was too misogynistic. I don't think the message inside of this book was good, but the other books that I've read are amazing. I think To the Warm Horizon is going to be one of my favorite books from this year as well, because it was just incredible. Really loved it. And Claire Keegan's book, novellas were very interesting as well. So yeah, I think we can half trust him. I think for No Longer Human, he just said that he had read it. Claire Keegan's novellas and To the Warm Horizon, he actually recommended and said it was a great read and great books, and he was right. So we will give him the benefit of the doubt, and I will be making a part 2, I don't know when, in 3 years, next Monday, I don't know, but I will be reading more books, because I think it was interesting, because those books I don't think I would have read on my own. I don't think I would have heard of those books, but now I have, and I think they were good. Like, his recommendation were quite on point, especially for To the Warm Horizon. It was like everything I just love. Dystopia, obsessed with it. LGBT character, love it. Question about love and humanity, just amazing. For the tweets that I've seen the recommendation, I will put everything down below so you can check on your own. There was a lot more of books, so yes. Hope you liked this video. See you next Sunday if I have time to read. But yes, bye!